Hello everybody, what is up all you beautiful, beautiful people? My name is Alex, and today I have to apologize for not making a video yesterday. That whole mess back there is the reasoning why I didn't make a video yesterday, kind of. So, to make it up to you guys, I'm gonna do an extra special chocolate milk story time with you guys. Alright, so, by extra special I mean I'll just drink chocolate milk and talk to you guys about stuff. Damn, that's good chocolate milk. Damn, brother. My theory in life is any day you can wake up, pour yourself a good glass of chocolate milk, stir that powder into the milk, and drink it, is a good day. Yes, most indubitably. I'm not quite sure what that word means. I now just realized. But I'm pretty sure it fits into that sentence. Anyways, let's go back to... yeah, my hair is like fucked up. I literally just woke up. Which is the awesomeness of my webcam. I could just sit down. Well, put on the sweater first. Sit down, press record, and boom, I'm ready to go. Anyways, let's talk about Africa. Africa... So, back in the day, around 1985, my mother and my father were living in Africa, in Zimbabwe. Now, this is just a retelling, because I sure as hell can't remember shit from it, because at the time I was, well, an infant. So my father was apparently he's educated as a WordPress like typograph, because back in the day you had those, you had to put in each letter for printing stuff, papers and stuff like that. So he was a typograph, I think the actual word is. Yeah, and he was apparently working for someone down in Africa, in Zimbabwe at the time. So the story goes that there is a civil war down there in Africa. I haven't looked on any of this up, it's just stuff I've been retold by my mother. So the story goes that there was a civil war and my father worked for the resistance, printing flyers and papers and stuff like that. And then they got pregnant with me. So, back in 1985, April 25th, my mother, well, probably before April 25th, my mother traveled back to Norway to have me born in this town where I live. Currently. Because, back then African hospitals weren't all that. Woo! Yeah. That's a good explanation. Anyways, so, yeah, she traveled back to Norway and I was born. A couple months later, I think, give or take, I moved down to Africa with my mother. So that happened. So for the first 2 years of my life, I actually lived in Africa. I had a nanny, nanny, which used to carry me around on her back in one of those cloth carrying contraption thingies that the Africans like to use with their children. Think so. So, back in the day, I also had a middle name, something along the lines of Oretu, basically O-R-E-T-U, Oretu, and that apparently it means he belongs to us. Now, the story goes that one of Dad's friends at work asked if I could get that middle name because to represent that I belonged to the resistance in the Civil War. So that's kind of cool and stuff. Yeah, I think I want to change my name back to Into That because a couple of years back now, like 5 years back, I changed my name away from what I was born. Stupid me, too young to really understand what the fuck the meaning of that two name actually was. So I kind of changed away from it. But it's kind of a cool story to tell someone. This is actually fact. Well, I think. I don't think there's any other logical reason for why anyone would have such a name in the birth certificate. So, that happened. Now, around the age when I was... Well, my mother and father split up long ago. Around when I was like 6, 7. After my brother and sister had been born. I'm looking at a picture up there of them, just above my webcam. So around 6 or 7 they split up. Mom moved back to this town where my grandmother lives. This is why she also moved or went back here to this town to have me born. So where was I going with this? Yes, around the time when I was 15, 16, as a present from my father, I was given a trip to Africa, back to Zimbabwe, where I had lived. We didn't go to any places that I had actually lived, because it's a pretty poor country, at the time at least. And but anyways, there was a lot of tourist attractions we went on. We went on a balloon ride over Victoria Falls. I'm pretty sure this was in the fall season. Not that matters for Africa, but rain season. And as a result of rain season, there's a lot of water in the Victoria Falls River. I'm pretty sure the river is called something else, but Victoria Falls is the river. Yes. Anyways, we stayed at a hotel not far from Victoria Falls, and basically within like 2 kilometers of the actual falls, there was just this huge steeping mist of water, because there was so much water in the river. It would just evaporate and create this huge cloud of mist surrounding the water, like 2 kilometers every direction, give or take. And so if you ever wanted to go up to the actual falls, there would be like you would have to wear full rain clothes in the middle of Africa, pretty much in the middle of rain season. There wasn't actually rain elsewhere in the region, but if you wanted to go close to the falls, you would have to wear full rain clothes. Funny story about that. There was this one part where we went up to the edge of the falls to get a good view, and we had to go underneath some thickets, like some brushes and trees. Trees is the word I was looking for. That elusive word. But yeah, trees. We had to go underneath some trees, and I was falling a little bit behind because those 2 old guys were just talking about stuff. This was with a guide. My father and the guide was walking in front of me. I was walking behind, taking some pictures. All of a sudden I could feel something like splat on my shoulder. I looked down and there was a yellowy white goop thingy. Basically, a monkey had shit on me. Now, apparently, according to our local guide, that means good luck. I don't feel so lucky at the time, but I can actually say that a monkey has shat on me. How many of you guys can say that? Also, a funny story from monkey related that my mother would tell me was that whenever they would have breakfast out on the porch and something like that, there would be tons of monkeys swooping around, and they would have to literally shoo monkeys away anytime they wanted to eat dinner outside. Now, I'm not sure if this is something I've mixed up with like a documentary from Africa, or if this is actually something my mom told me. But basically, what happens around fall season is that all the fruit on the trees fall down on the ground, and they rot, and they ferment, and they create alcohol. And when the animals start eating these, they get drunk. So basically, in my mind, I would just imagine shit-faced monkeys all over the lunch table trying to steal our food and stuff like that. So that's something that actually happens. But yeah, back to me being 15, 16 in Africa. So we went on a bunch of these trips around to get different views of the actual falls. Now, one of these was you would have to go across this very long, narrow walk bridge and over a smaller fall in the nearby area, and you could actually see like 5 full rings, like seriously full rings of rainbows around this bridge. It was pretty baller. I think my father probably has a shit ton of old pictures. I think I took a lot of pictures as well, but I don't know where the films are. I really suck at keeping such things, such as those. But yeah, my father, back in the day, he had one of these like huge, chunky freaking cameras, like, yeah, something along the lines of this. It was actually a camera about this size. This is chocolate milk. Yeah. And it didn't take film, and it wasn't as advanced to point where it would be digital. It actually recorded onto those floppy disks. It took pictures and stuff onto floppy disks. Now this is like old school tech, and yeah. Well, I feel old now. Booger. Anyways, what else can I say about Africa? Well, we went on a bunch of safaris and stuff like that. I think we stayed there like 2 weeks or something. Quite honestly, it's a long time ago, and I don't remember much. I would like to see some pictures. Perhaps I should ask him for some of those. Well, yeah. Chocolate milk. Oh, that hit the spot. Anyways, I just woke up, and the first thing I'm doing after a night of drinking is drinking chocolate milk. I don't feel so awesomely well, so I'm probably gonna go get some food to accompany my chocolate milk. Yes, sir. Oh, and that whole thing about the Dublin trip that I went on the meeting for yesterday. Not what I was expecting. Instead of actually being about the Dublin job, I was told it would be about. It was more about how to find jobs in Europe. Yeah. I still might go to Dublin, but I don't feel as stressed about it, because apparently there's a huge demand for Norwegians elsewhere in the world, for call centers, like help support lines and stuff like that. Because apparently Norwegians, they are so fond of their home, and why would anyone actually want to leave Norway? I mean, it's freaking awesome. No, it isn't. Well, yes, it is. But apparently there's such a deficiency of Norwegians around the world for different types of stuff. There's apparently like constantly like 200-300 jobs in Europe for Norwegians. The only catch is that you have to travel abroad. And they fix like accommodations for the first week. They help you change your personal ID numbers, get an address, get an apartment, and everything pretty much. But the downside being you have to move abroad. But yeah, there's also a costume party, Halloween party, tonight at my girlfriend's place. So I'm probably going to go to her place. Well, I am. But as a result, I will not be making a video tomorrow. No, tonight. Well, I guess I am technically making a video today. I was not making a video yesterday, but today. That was confusing. I hope I will be home Sunday so I can make a video for you guys. What stories can I tell? I've used up all my good stories, like the real eye catchers. I am a man of many stories, I can tell you that much. Yeah, so let me tell you about the time I went to a reality show interview. Yeah, like Big Brother. I went to a Big Brother interview show type thing. Yeah, I think so. So, I could tell you about that next time we speak. Anyways, for now, I hope you have an awesome Saturday. And, yeah. Cheers. See you guys tomorrow.